Hey, Brian from SnakeBytes here. There's no secret that I breed snakes for a living. That's how I pay my bills. But there's certainly a lot of animals that I really enjoy working with that, let's say, hardly pay their way. We're going to take a look at them this week. You're watching SnakeBytes. Look at this gorgeous Macklot's python, sometimes known as freckled pythons. These guys come from Indonesia, and this is pretty much an adult male. Now, females will get slightly larger, but they only have about 8 to 10 eggs, and sometimes they'll even skip years. And that brings me to the point of this entire show, is that not all snakes are really valuable or profit-making animals, but they're still really incredible. And when baby Macklots only sell for 75 to 100 bucks and take every other year off of production every now and then, it's not hard to imagine that that $750 or $1,000 that you're going to make every other year isn't even going to cover your maintenance. Macklot's pythons are certainly far from the only animals that I work with that either make me no money or very little money. Take, for instance, the black rat snake. This is an albino black rat, but we work with a whole bunch of different color phases. Things like this brindle black rat snake. They go for about $25, but the good news is that they have about 10 or 12 eggs and they can double clutch. So they typically make me enough money to at least pay for their maintenance, but I'm certainly not getting rich off of them. But there are a couple other mutations I want to show you of black rat, and I really enjoy working with these guys, even if they're not a big profitable animal.
Okay guys, one of my favorite snakes is actually a normal male ball python that I rescued from a bad situation. And even though he's just a normal male, he's actually pretty important to me. I want to know, what kind of animals do you guys own that you really like that aren't necessarily high in value, but they're really important to you? Leave a comment below and let us know.
This is a Tarahumara mountain king snake, or sometimes known as a no-block eye. Now, these aren't the cheapest snakes because they sell for between $100 and $150 depending on color and pattern. But the problem is that they only have about 3 or 4 eggs. A really big clutch is going to be 6 eggs, and they never second clutch. So you're only producing a handful of babies per year. But I tell you what, working with them is well worth it. It may not make me rich, but certainly the experience is awesome. Ever since I've been keeping snakes, I've really been into colubrids, and probably the 4th or 5th animal that I ever bought, believe it or not, was an Everglades rat snake, just like this girl here. Now, they're not really super popular, and for a long time, there really was only just hypo and normal Everglades rat snakes. And these guys sell for like $15, maybe $20, with the hypos maybe going for $25 to $30. Now, they do have relatively good sized clutches, anywhere from 13 to 18 eggs, and they will second clutch, so that's definitely a benefit. But over the last few years, there's been a few other mutations that I want you guys to check out. This is the first for us with Everglades rat snakes at BHB, and this is an albino ghost glades Everglades rat snake. I know that's a mouthful. The truth is, I have no idea what the value of this animal is. Maybe this will be the first animal that I actually make some decent money at with Everglades rats. Probably one of my worst investment snakes that I've ever purchased are these Calabar burrowing pythons. Now, I brought these guys in as captive hatched out of West Africa several years ago. They only have about 2 to 3 eggs per year, and typically a female only lays eggs every 3 to 4 years, at least in captivity. And when they do hatch, they only sell for about $50 to $75. Let's put this into perspective. I paid $500 for this group of animals out of West Africa 6 years ago, and I've yet to even recuperate that investment. Not to mention all the food that I put into them, raising them up. But I tell you what, I just love these little Calabars. I know they're weird and they just curl up like little curlicues, but they're just adorable animals, and I can't imagine not working with them. It really doesn't matter to me if they ever make me $1. Now these African house snakes are kind of an interesting one because they don't sell for a whole lot, typically about $15 to $25 for normal African house snakes, but they're a little bit special in the fact that they produce like crazy. They only have 6 to 10 eggs, but they'll literally produce up to 6 to 8 clutches a year. So what you lose in per animal cost, you certainly gain in volume. And they're actually really cool animals. Now I don't want people to be upset and think that house snakes are a bad investment, because animals like this, albino house snakes, sell for up to $100 a piece. Now these have the same production as normals, so they can be relatively profitable. All in all, house snakes actually do make me money and are profitable animals, but that's not at all why I work with them. In most cases, Cal Kings are certainly a labor of love, with normal Cal Kings going for between $15 and $30 and only having about 8 eggs per clutch. Now they can double clutch, but again, it's not hard to do the math. When you're feeding them and caring for them all season long, they're certainly not very profitable, but I absolutely love Cal Kings. Now that there's a bunch of color phases or cool paint jobs in Cal Kings, certainly some of them can be really profitable. In this high white, black and white Cal King, as you can see, there are many animals in my collection, and we only covered a few of them that hardly even pay their way or barely make me any profit, but I still really love working with them. I guess my point of this whole show is to tell you that the really popular animals that are also a good investment are great to work with, but I hope you don't look past the kind of more obscure animals that aren't going to really put a lot of dollars in your pocket, but certainly are going to be a really valuable experience for you. Alright guys, this is the deal. In light of all these crazy bans like snake bans, I decided, you know what? I'm not going to fight it anymore. I'm going to join the party, and we're going to do some BHB bans around here. George, I don't want to see you wearing glasses anymore. You know what? I see glasses as a sign of weakness, and BHB can't have that anymore. And as far as like taking dumps all the time on clock, no more pooping on my time. And as far as snacking goes, I see you guys constantly eating candy and chips. No more snacks, no candy, none of that stuff. And the most important one is going to be no more talking. No more talking.
But that's not fair.
If you guys get caught in any of these types of things, there's going to be some harsh punishments. Do you guys understand? All right.
This is bullshit. New rules are dumb. How am I even supposed to clean this out? Oh! This is bullshit. This shit. I'm done. These new rules. It all.
George, follow me. You ever gonna wear glasses? No. Get your head back in there!
I got a shit.
Don't do that. That's not a good idea.
I'm going.
Oh, dude, you're gonna get in trouble. Brian said no!
Josh, I know you're in there! Josh! Josh, I know you're in there! Open this door!
I'm just washing my hands!
Open this door! What did I tell you? No pooping on the clock. Come with me.
Brian, you don't have to do this, man. Don't do it.
Never gonna poop again on the job?
No!
This ought to teach you.
Oh man, I got the jitters. I need my damn sucker. No one's gonna know this is my f***ing room. Screw hen dog.
Chewy?
Oh. What are you gonna do with those, hen dog?
Testicles.
Ah! Oh wait. Ooh yeah, I'm eating candy. Ooh, look at this sucker. Ooh.
You can have your sucker.
Oh wait, come back. Tickle my ooh.
Hey, did you see that episode of the what?
Shh.
But the ending, did you see it? It was
Quiet.
Shh. Chewy, Dude, did you see that episode of the...
Shut your pile, Wendell.
George, what's up with everyone? Why are they acting so weird?
We're not supposed to talk, Sam.
That's silly. It doesn't even really matter. And I don't think it's gonna be what.
Sam?
Brian, what are you doing?
Obviously, no one is taking me serious about this band stuff. This is serious, and I have no choice but to make a sacrifice.
Don't you think this is a little excessive?
This is happening.
Wait, head dog, stop! You're going too far.
These bands are outrageous.
It's one thing to have regulations, but you're just punishing everybody.
Yeah,
Come
I guess
on.
you guys are right. Just forget about it.
Brian! Ah! Ah! Guys, this... guys, you need to come back and help me. This is not cool.
For this week's Comment of the Week, the question was, what does your family and friends think of your snake hobby? And I love Tim Burton 02 said,
My dad isn't a real big fan of them. He says it's just because they make the electricity bill higher from all the heat lamps. We really think he's just afraid of them but won't admit it, and always yells at me to be a normal girl and be afraid of snakes. My mother likes to watch them and thinks they are really interesting. She will touch them but not really hold them, but I'm working her up to it. Most of my friends love them. But anyways, great show as always.
yeah, my parents used to pull the old electric bill thing too, but it never stopped me from bringing more animals into the house. And hey, if you want to tell your parents they can trade me electric bills, I'd be happy to do that. I hope you guys enjoyed the show and realize how many cool animals there are out there that aren't necessarily the big money, but certainly still worth working with. I want you to follow us over on Facebook and Twitter at SnakeBytesTV. Until next time, this has been Snake Bites.
Oh,
Hey guys, I did that.